one of the things that I always did throughout that time, regardless of what anyone said or however I felt, the hardest conversations were the ones you're having with yourself. I still believed in myself. I backed myself. I said, that's all good and well, that's fine, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go with my idea. And right or wrong, I've learned to obviously adapt and work with other people's ideas and incorporate them. And what I'm talking about is that hardship of having such a low self-esteem, dealing with that taught me to continuously believe and back myself, regardless of anything. And I think that persistence, that's the fire that burns strongly. And Frank, my other co-founder, people ask him, what's Frank like and what am I like? And people say, oh, well, Frank's like the building and I'm like the electricity that goes through it. And I think where that comes from, the source of that is just an extreme belief in myself and in my crew. If you believe in yourself, you have to also understand that you're not just one person. You're actually believing in everyone. And once you make that leap, to understand that you're connected to everyone, that you're not alone, and to get really clear on that. Because before I used to block people out because I was scared of what they would say and things like that. And then I sort of made that leap and made that change. But deep down, I always had that persistence and that deep belief in my choices and owning them and doing what I wanted to do regardless of what I was saying to myself and what other people were saying. 3 defining moments, I think. One of them was getting to that point where we sold the first company, and it gave me a lot of self-confidence back. Because for a long 7 years we were struggling and we didn't have any money, and I thought even worse of myself. It was a very dark time, to be honest. And after that, I think that it gave me the validation that backing myself, doing it my way, persisting through challenges can result in good things. And I think that was a key moment for me. The second one, to some extent, was when we recovered from the Google penalty. I think that was a big deal. I'm sure you saw the Ninja Sword on the way in.
I did.
We bought that to commemorate that. But I think that was a recovery of the darkest times you could possibly experience in search engine marketing. I think the moment when Jeremy, who's the COO here, and Michelle, she leads more public relations, we flew over to New York City and we got an Airbnb down in Chinatown. We started a startup again, started Finder again. I remember the moment we walked in, the first meeting we sat down, I said, before we start, I just want to say one thing. As we go and build this business, I want everyone to know that it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, right now, I want everyone to make as many as possible. Because now is that time where we've got nothing to lose, everything to learn. Go out and make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. So let's start from there and carry forward. And just the energy in the room, it was like the purest flow I've been in my life for a very long time. And another thing, I was going through a very dark period in that time because I was having to reinvent myself because I kind of lost my role in Australia and it was like no longer, and I had to go and refine myself. I found myself again. That was an experience which taught me so much about myself, but also it taught me where my strength was. What am I good at? I've been through quite a few dark times. And I remember I went and saw a psychologist once and I sat with her and I said, I'm just not really up for anything. She's like, well, why don't you just do one thing and then feel good about that? And then the next day do 2 things that you like or enjoy. And the next day do 3 things and you just get a little tiny bit of momentum. And that spiraled me back up. And I think that's one place you can get to when you're really down. Then I think there's where you lose your way. Like you need to go and find yourself. And I think in order to find myself, and I've had to do this many, many times, the key thing I've done is switch off inputs and go and do something that you don't normally do and do it by yourself. Normally I go running and I'll run by myself. Mm-hmm. I don't have any music. I don't run with other people. That's my time. I need isolation, my own thoughts, and something I'm doing for myself. That's about listening to yourself. And that's a hard thing to do, and really hearing that voice. The other thing, I think that's close by that is that if you wake up enough times in a row and go, I just don't want to go and do this. I need to pause and just have a think. Another thing I tend to do is just watch inspirational stuff. So I just, get a really inspiring video. And I think those are the moments when it's really affected you, that there's something there, right? That's a truth inside yourself that if you go back to and open up, there's genius in there. There's something in there about you that you should go back and look at and keep doing. And that's normally where I go and reinvent myself. Happiness is a series of experiences which sort of stack together for you to feel, hey, my last few experiences that I remember, my moments in time, felt really good. And so you feel, I think that's happy. Choosing those moments is when you're like, oh, should we do this or should we not? And those are the moments where I go, this is going to be a big experience and we're going to remember this forever. I'm going to do that. It was part of being myself and aligning to who I was. In the first business, I used to wear a suit and tie every day. In this business, from day one, I said, I'm going to wear what makes me feel good. And I'm going to be me. And that was a big turning point. That was a big moment to go, I'm just going to be me because I know what I'm doing and I'm just going to be me and own me. And there were a lot of other components to this to fully align. What you see with myself is me. And I don't have to worry about explaining myself because it's fully aligned to end, all the way down. And I think that emotional, mental, physical alignment, I think, is what helps. I thought about it. I was like, I want people when they see me, and this is one of the things I'm very conscious of, is to have a belief not only in, hey, that guy's done that, but actually he's done it his way. And that means I can do it my way. And I want people that find it to feel that as well, so that they can go and do it their way. And we celebrate that. For all the different brilliances and geniuses that they have, you're going to be celebrated for that. I believe it's okay to be different.